At the beginning of this month, March 2024, a CNN business article was released titled, "Ozempic is coming for gyms. Here's how they're responding." In that article, consumer reporter Nathaniel Meyersohn wrote that America's gyms are beginning to adjust their strategies as more gym members are taking weight loss drugs. He says that luxury gyms such as LifeTime and Equinox are acquiring weight loss clinics with doctors who can prescribe GLP-1 medication. These are drugs with a base component of semaglutide, which are marketed under a variety of different names such as Rybelsus, Ozempic, Wegovy, and they've been shown to be highly effective at helping people lose weight. And in the article, Mr. Meyersohn mentions that the gym industry is undergoing a major shift as baby boomers are aging out of the typical gym-going population, and new drugs are making weight loss easier to accomplish. He also mentions that while the overall impact of GLP-1 medications are unclear at this point, gyms want to make sure that they're not left behind as more and more people shift their hopes for weight loss and possibly their reliance for weight loss maintenance onto these new medications. He mentions that JP Morgan researchers predict that 30 million people, around 9% of the US population, may be taking these GLP-1 medications by 2030. Now, if that does come to pass, the implication for a variety of industries is going to be significant, and this is why the gym industry is trying to stay ahead of the curve. Whereas gyms have traditionally been positioned as a major pathway to aid people in their effort to lose weight, they've also recognized that one of the side effects of taking these GLP-1 medications is muscle loss. Muscle is a major component not only where strength and structural integrity of the body is concerned, but it's also a very big player when it comes to healthy metabolism, optimizing our calorie burning capacity, and enabling us to burn calories throughout the day as well as while we sleep. Consequently, the industry is positioning itself to focus on people who are taking these medications, many of whom may require some measure of help and guidance in maintaining their muscle mass. In fact, alliances are now being created between major gyms and fitness centers to provide their members with access not only to doctors who can prescribe GLP-1 medications, but also with fitness trainers and nutrition counselors who can guide gym members who are taking these medications to help them build and retain muscle in the process. The fact is, semaglutide and other GLP-1 medications produced by pharmaceutical companies, as well as those produced and compounded by pharmacies across the United States, have become a very big deal. And though there's controversy over what the exact exercise pattern among these GLP-1 users may ultimately be, there are certainly those in the fitness industry who are banking on this growing population to generate a significant revenue for the gym industry going forward. That said, acknowledgement of the impact of GLP-1 medication is also being felt outside the fitness world as well. Mr. Meyersohn writes that Weight Watchers has reportedly launched a new membership plan for their clients, giving them access to doctors who can prescribe these medications. And according to an article written by Annie Berkey for Fierce Healthcare, Weight Watchers invested approximately $100 million to purchase Sequence, a subscription service which connects patients with providers who can prescribe weight loss drugs such as Ozempic and Wegovy. Meyersohn states that food companies are also bracing for the impact of GLP-1, anticipating that people on these medications will buy fewer sugary snacks and drinks, and that according to JP Morgan, last year current GLP-1 users were reported to have purchased 8% less food, including snacks, soft drinks, and high-carb products over the prior year compared to consumers who were not on these drugs. Meyersohn also writes that food company giant Nestle plans to invest more in products that it says provides benefit to people on GLP-1 treatments, such as Nestle's OptiFast high-protein shake. So are semaglutide and other GLP-1s the miracle drugs that these industries are anticipating them to be? In reality, it's not entirely clear at this point. Even though many men and women have had significant weight loss results taking GLP-1s, a number of industry insiders watching this play out believe it's just too early to tell. In fact, when we first opened our fitness and weight management clinic in 2006, drugs like phentermine and phendimetrazine were commonly being prescribed for appetite suppressant to help with weight loss. And though both of those medications are still on the market and still individually prescribed today by many doctors, in July of 1992, the combination of fenfluramine and phentermine, dubbed fen-phen at the time, had a much less favorable outcome. Unfortunately, as has been the case for many different types of pharmaceuticals produced throughout the past century, fen-phen was found to have some problems. And ultimately, it was taken off the market in the late 1990s when the fenfluramine or dexfenfluramine portion of the drug was determined to have an association with the development of valvular heart disease in some patients. It took some time for that problem to ultimately come to light before an estimated 6 million patients had ultimately taken that drug combination. But in the beginning, just like we're seeing now with semaglutide and the GLP-1s, many people believed fen-phen was a miracle drug and the final answer to excess weight and obesity. Now, my hope is that the GLP-1s stand the test of time, especially where risk and safety is concerned. There are many people taking these medications right now, and you probably know people who've lost weight using them. I've seen the same thing, and personally, I know several people who have had significant weight loss taking some form of these medications. On the flip side, I've also treated patients for nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and dehydration in the ER, corresponding to a patient's medication dosage being increased to optimize their weight loss. I've also met patients who've lost a significant amount of weight only to gain their weight back when they stop taking these medications. Cost is also a factor for many patients who may have insurance plans that won't cover these GLP-1s or only cover a small portion of the cost. All these things being said, excess weight and obesity are tied to the development of multiple disorders: high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoarthritis, kidney disease, and more. Consequently, it is possible that a significant number of people who've struggled to lose weight for many years will find the GLP-1s to be part of the answer that they've hoped for, not only in the realm of weight loss, but hopefully as a medication which helps to prevent or reverse a number of disorders directly related to excess weight and obesity. But again, the long-term safety of these medications will have to be borne out in time. So if you happen to be considering hopping aboard the GLP-1 train, talk to your doctor about the pros and cons of taking these medications. One thing is for certain: multiple industries with deep pockets are banking on these medications being around for a long time, and they're gearing up to capitalize on the possibility. I truly believe that the foundation of good health lies in our diet and how consistently optimal we feed our bodies, as well as having a focus on physical activity of some kind to maintain our fitness. And to bring this back to the original topic of this video, from both a strength as well as a metabolic standpoint, maintaining our muscle mass is important. As such, if gyms and big commercial weight loss programs are going to facilitate an easy pathway for millions and millions of people to obtain and be treated with GLP-1 medications, I think it's incumbent on these organizations to help these patients learn how to maintain and optimize their fitness and their muscle mass, as many people will not be inclined to stay on these medications indefinitely. The reality is that with the loss of muscle mass, once patients stop taking these medications, it's likely that many of these people will regain the weight that they've lost, especially if a foundation of fitness and healthier eating patterns hasn't been created over the course of treatment. So in that regard, I think what the gym industry is positioning itself to do is pretty smart. The reality is that most people don't want to be tied to a lifetime of pharmaceuticals if they can avoid it, and some people won't be able to tolerate the side effects associated with these drugs. Regardless, if semaglutide and other GLP-1s are able to provide a pathway for many people to not only lose weight, but to learn lifelong patterns which promote building a strong, healthy body in the process of treatment, that could be a very good thing for a lot of people. Again, if you're watching people around you who happen to be taking these medications and losing weight, and you're considering doing the same, talk to your doctor about the pros and cons given your particular situation and medical needs. Thanks for watching. Please share this video with someone who might benefit from seeing it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.